A group of friends decided to spend the night at an old, abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. This mansion had been abandoned for quite some time, maybe 30 years. The story was that it was owned by a well-off man named Victor Ravenswood that had a great stake in the town of, you guessed it, Ravenswood. He married a woman, Claire, that was much younger than he was. Things were good for a while, until Claire was caught having an affair with another well-off man from a distant town that was a main competitor to Victor. When he found the man in his house, Victor murdered his opponent with fury and rage. He then found Claire locked in a bedroom and took her life for her heinous crime. His weapon of choice was a Bowie knife. He wandered into town, as the town square was very busy, and took his life in front of the whole town for everyone to see. The tale of Victor was passed down through generations. The house was abandoned after that. No one wanted to buy the house after all that, so it stayed vacant. Even though they all knew the stories of Victor, they decided to stay overnight anyways to film a documentary for their YouTube channel. They all arrived at the mansion and got their equipment ready. They brought sleeping bags with them and a few lanterns. They initially explored the house and made sure there were no squatters already occupying the mansion. They set up their living area in the middle of the living room. The living room was centrally located in the middle of the mansion, with the stairs going up and wrapping around the entire living room, with a second-story balcony overlooking the living room. As the night went on, strange things started to happen. Doors would open and close on their own. Strange noises could be heard coming from the walls, and the temperature in the rooms would drop suddenly. The friends looked at each other with excitement and grabbed their cameras. They were able to capture some of the doors opening and closing by themselves. Since they were in a group and thrill seekers, they thought it was more fun than scary. They were trying to figure out what could have caused it. As they were filming, they felt a sharp drop in the temperature. They could suddenly see each other's breath. As they were walking through the halls, the beating was getting louder and louder. It was all fun and games until they saw the shape of a man on the second-story balcony. Who was that? They all looked at each other in actual fear this time. They had been through the house and no one was hiding anywhere. The dark figure suddenly brandished a Bowie knife and sprinted around the balcony and down the stairs. They all screamed and ran out of the house as quickly as possible. They got into their car and drove away, leaving all their equipment. When they got to a safe distance, they called the police. The police went to the mansion in a group of 3 officers, searched the house thoroughly, and found nothing. They collected the equipment and got it back to the group of friends. When they were all safe and sound at their studio, they decided to look at the footage they got and discovered something truly chilling. After chasing the friends out of the house, the figure went to the camera and looked directly into it. Who was that, they thought. They did a search of Victor Ravenwood, and sure enough, it was an identical match. They all agreed. Urban legends are usually based on a true story of some kind. If there is a story about a haunted, abandoned mansion, it's a good idea to steer clear of it. Be safe, explorers.
Hey, Spooky Sooner here. I like these shorter stories. I think I'm going to start doing them about 5 minutes. I'll put them on my playlist. You can listen to them all together. My most popular one so far has been a 5-minute horror story. So I got a couple. I'm going to do a couple of urban legends. I'd like to do the historical ones again. I got to reach out for somebody asking me to do one in Texas. So I will look up some Texas ones and I will do that. So I appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, please subscribe. And I got more stories coming. 2023 is going to be a bigger year for this channel.